God, it feels kind of weird without having like that big board thing right here. Like I got nothing to lean on and like get right in your face with this video. All right, so here it is, the sail barge. This is the toy that I've wanted more than any toy ever, of all toys of all time in my whole entire life and collection. So this is a really, really big day to me. It's like the staple in my collection. I love Star Wars 3 3/4. The 6-inch, I never really got into that. Like Star Wars to me, the original stuff's 3 3/4. That's just Star Wars. The 6-inch is cool, but I just didn't want to buy all the figures over again that I already bought in 3 3/4. Two things I've always wanted for Star Wars: the Sandcrawler. Disney made us the Sandcrawler. I love that toy. Yes, I wish it was a little bit bigger. I'm used to hearing that. And then the sail barge, which this is huge, and that's something that I've literally never heard before. So we're going to check this out. I'm going to take my time. It's going to be like the first time that I hooked up with my wife. I'm going to take my time and pretend like I know what I'm doing to try to make her happy. I don't think that it did, but I'm going to try to make you happy with this review, and I'm not going to miss any details, because if you weren't fortunate enough or couldn't afford to get one of these, I feel for you. That sucks. I really wish that you would have. I think that every Star Wars fan should own this. It's just something you definitely want in your collection. We'll go ahead and talk about the price. It was $500. Me, however, I thought that was an extremely good deal for something like this. $500, that's like what, 3 sets of Marvel Legends, 5 Mezcos. It's in the world of collection action figures, $500 is not that much. And now you look on eBay and people are trying to sell this thing or selling this thing for $1,500. And then like people are going, oh, well, they're scalpers, they're this, they're that. And let me tell you something. I hate scalpers more than anybody. But if you were smart enough to buy 2 of these and sell one for whatever it's going for, I don't really think that's scalping. I think that's smart. No, I didn't buy 2. I wish that I would have. Now, though, seeing how much they're going for. So these things were for sale for like 3 months. And I was begging every single one of you guys to buy one for it could hit 5,000 for I could have one. And a lot of people just didn't feel like I don't have room for it. I don't have the money. And now that they see how much they're going for, they're thinking, God, I wish I really would have bought one. And now it's too late. Who knows? It's Hasbro, and they love money, so they might do another run. You never know. I don't think they will, but they might. So definitely don't pay those high prices on eBay. And another thing, the sales weren't really going as fast as they wanted. So they're like, hey, we're going to put this yak face with the coin on a card in the package and see if it can boost the sales. It did. It boosted the sales up to like another $1,500 or 1,500 people, which was great. And then I saw this and I was like, cool, that's cool. Like this yak face action figure is amazing. What's even cooler is that they're making this yak face just like this, but without the coin. So that means like these things are selling for $300 on eBay. So you can call me a scalper if you want. I really don't give a shit. Because I'm getting the yak face without the coin. I'm going to open it. No, I'm not going to open this. I sold this on eBay, and it feels weird telling you this, but I sold this on eBay for $300. $300. That means that this sail barge cost me $200. And everybody was sitting there going, God, it's $500. Well, guess what? Now it's $200. And for $200, this is truly amazing. Like I spent $250 on my Batmobile. That used to be my favorite toy, my action figure. It's no longer my favorite toy. This is by far. This thing is unbelievable. So I'll show you this. We'll take a close-up look on it. Then I'm going to pack it up really nice. And I'm going to ship it to the guy that felt like spending $300 on it. So, I mean, it is what it is. It feels weird selling toys, but it's like at the same time, like say like I take this action figure back here that was openly, like they made thousands of them. He wasn't hard to get. Everybody could have bought it if they wanted to buy it. I chose to buy it. Now this action figure is now worth $1,000. Well, if I sell it for what it's going for, am I a scalper? Because I really never sell my figures. That's not my point. But if it was worth $1,000 and I was like, well, I don't want it anymore. I just don't want it. Should I sell it for the $10 that I paid for it, or should I sell it for the $1,000? Now, it's like when Mezco has limited numbers of action figures and people go on there and buy them all up and they don't even collect the line, and then they sell them for more money, well, then that's called scalping. If they run down to the Marvel Legends and pick them up before you can, just to sell them on eBay, well, then that's called scalping. This is called being smart. Let's check it out. Alright, so I knew this box is going to be big. And like when you see it, you're like, yeah, it's pretty big. And then you actually get it in your house, and this box is giant. There's my review station. There's the desk that I work off of. And yeah, that box is you get really this big thing, and it's a box inside of a box that's in another box. And if that wasn't enough, they put this extra strip of cardboard down here for when you cut that thing with your razor knife, you don't cut the actual box, which my actual box is going to be in the trash, or give it to Toy Shiz or something, because where are you going to put a box that big? I got to be honest, guys. It's full nerdwood right now. It is tucked up. All right, so I got it out of the other two boxes. It's basically this box and this box. This box comes out of it. It has really cool box art. All right, so I did take pictures of the box art. I'll put those on the end of the video, but I figured I'd go ahead and show it to you on video, just in case you don't stick around for those pictures. So here it is. Here's the box. This thing is just massive. There's a picture of the sail barge. There's a picture of the exclusive Yak Face figure. It has a little hologram sticker on there in case they try to counterfeit it or something. And then the video might get a little shaky here. And here's the other side of the box where it kind of shows you what you can do with it. I do have every single one of these figures, so I plan on recreating every single one of these scenes in here. Definitely looking forward to that. Let me kind of walk you through it. I'm not really sure what a lot of these rooms are. That's how you see like the jail room. Coming back around. Let me flip it again. And on this side is just like the black and white picture. So is the pit down there. That's pretty cool. And one more side. I know the camera's weird because I gotta hold it and flip it. I don't have my barge buddy here to help me. And then you got this side, which they show the barge once again. The outside, and then over here, the inside, which is probably how I'm going to display it. It's actually cool both ways. Alright, so it's really cool how it works. You basically just unfold all these tabs and the box just opens up and you got the whole thing sitting right here. And then right here, nice and safe and sound, they have the Yak Face with the card and an unpunched card. The thing is absolutely in perfect condition. Over there is the Jabba, and right here is the barge. I'll get it out and then we'll Alright, so I got it all lit up. I'm just going to kind of walk you around it for now, and then I'm going to show you all the detail inside of it. So I'm probably going to have to take like the stabilizer off of my camera, so I might get a little wiggly, and I'm going to try to get my camera way inside the ship for you guys don't miss out on any details. And I got to work around all my little lights here, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, here's the sail barge. First off, on those sails, before even that, read the instructions. Don't attempt to put this thing together before you read the instructions. That is very, very important. The sails, they're the same sails, so you can't get them backwards. They plug right into these little holes right here. Right down in there. And then you can plug them on. You can take them on and off, so you can actually put your figures in there. You can probably get them in there better. And then they go right back on. The Jabba, he's the one that comes with it. We'll take a better look at him. His little bed thing slides back and forth. We'll also get into that later. Here's the panels that come off of it. Here's like the front one. And like when you take these things off, you basically just kind of pick them up from the bottom. They pop off extremely easy. If they're not popping off, you're probably doing something wrong. One thing on this sail barge is they really killed it on detail. Every single thing on it is sculpted. and everything on it has tons of layers of paint. This is like the bottom of a panel that you don't even look at, and they took the time. Like if you look inside the cockpit, like you look way inside like the floor, everything is sculpted. Let me see, I'm kind of blurring out. Like even spots that you could never even think to look at were sculpted, painted. The floor has tons of layers of paint on it. He comes with these chains. These chains like plug into that dungeon deal back there where like the hammerhead skeleton is. I tried to get him out. I think he's glued in. I pulled on him pretty hard, not hard enough to break him, but I definitely didn't want to do that. So you have these two little chains here. I think like this one is like for like around Princess Leia's neck, and then you can clip it onto something else here. This one I'm going to clip back here. You can like undo that, put that on somebody's foot. I know I'm like blown out with those lights. It's kind of a weird situation. Here's the other chain. If you guys have been collecting for like 10 years or longer, they had this cannon that came, I'm pretty sure it came with that action figure right there. I bought two of them, obviously, so I have two cannons. So they gave us this cannon, and when we went to San Diego Comic-Con, we were like, bro, what's up with the cannon? That cannon goes on the sail barge. Does this thing mean that you're going to make the sail barge? And they're like, yeah, right. No, I don't think so. But we held on to these cannons for like 10, 15 years, and now the sail barge has these little areas where they clip into on the handrail. There's like 4 spots on here where these things will actually clip on. So these don't come with the ship. That's just saying that they actually do love us. So when they do something like this, they remember that cannon that they made like 10, 15 years ago, and they made spots to put it on. Then here's the cannons that come with it. They're very similar to those cannons. Those actually have a hole, and they plug into that handrail. There's like 6 holes in the handrail. There's another one over there. So you can plug those cannons in wherever you want. So that's definitely pretty cool. Another little feature that this thing does is this part of the handrail, it slides out. I knew that was gonna happen. So that's like where R2-D2 can like go off the ship. Like they really thought of everything. Right here is like a trap door. Here's the button for it. So you can put an action figure on that, push the button, and then they fall into the jail below. And then if you want to close the jail, you just close it like that. That's also really cool. Another cool hidden feature that this thing has, you can lift up this panel right here. There's tape on it, which I didn't see, so I was tugging on that thing pretty hard. They even painted the inside of that. Like they even paint like the bottom of this. So they like that actually has texture on it on the bottom, and it's like, so I mean they didn't everything. It has detail on this ship. Not to mention that all of this was $200. So let me walk around this thing. I'm kind of getting sidetracked because I'm just overly excited about this. These are the panels that come off. These things lift up. You can move them up and down. And then if you flip it over, like this is the inside, like where nobody would ever see. And then there's 2 like trophies or statues or whatever you want to call that. There's one on this side. It's that weird chicken head guy. And then they got another chicken head on the other side of the ship, which you can barely see because it's behind that pillar. Let me come around here. I'm going to grab one of these lights and take you to the other side. So here's the other side of the ship. Let me kind of back up so you can see the whole thing. These little antenna things, those things plug in. There's one on each side, and they're in the tiny little bag. I thought they forgot to put them. And then there's one on the bottom right there. So those were actually kind of tricky to get in. If you look at the paint here, I'm trying to get not too much of a camera glare. Tons of layers of paint. I think it's the absolute perfect color. I know people were saying it might be too gray. It's not gray at all once you get this thing. Like there's tons of layers of paint in there. I love the brown paint that they use. These little fin deals, you have to clip them on, and then they do move, but they don't move much. And taking you around the back of the ship, and you come back here, and I thought that the motor thing was gonna you had to put it on yourself. You don't. It actually comes on, and then once again, it's got these little plugs. There's 3 of these, and you have to plug those in. I don't even really see what those things are for. But if you look at it, there's just tons of detail everywhere. Let me try to show you the bottom of it without knocking this thing over. Yes, I'm being extremely careful. So there's the bottom of it, and you can see that they even sculpted and painted the bottom of it. These are little feet that it comes with, nice clear solid plastic stands, and they got little clear rubber feet that really grip really well. They didn't get cheap on anything on this. It was like the first time doing HasLab, and they definitely showed it off. All right, so I took the sails off, where you can kind of get a better look at the top of the ship. Here's that little secret hatch thing. If you come inside the jail, you just clip that thing up, and then right there is the button if you want to release it. We'll go ahead and do it one more time in case you couldn't see it with the sail on there. You just push the button, boom, your guy falls right into the jail. Up here, once again, tons of detail. Like this thing actually looks like rust. There's the hole where the sail plugs in. All these doors open. There's little ladders inside of there so they can climb up and down. On this one here, these doors open, and then this thing slides back and forth. And then it's got a ton of these little like these little monster heads here, these little brass monster heads. Those things are all over the ship. Like they're like the Easter eggs. Like everywhere you look, you go, oh man, there's one there too. There's that little brass thing. I'm not real sure what that thing is. It comes up. These are the cannons that come off. These are the holes. So these holes are everywhere. So you can plug those things in. And it's got these little things here. I don't know what these are, but just another cool little added touch. Here's the cannon that you plug on there. It swivels, it plugs on there, and then it moves up and down. And they actually sold us that cannon before without the ship. I think it came with like a Princess Leia. I actually have it. I'll show you that when I put this over there on the shelf. So there's the top of it. Let's go ahead and get a look. So I got the stabilizer off of the camera, so I'm not real sure how wiggly and jumpy this is going to be. I'm going to try to make it as smooth as possible for you can actually see it. I'm going to try to actually get this camera inside the ship where you can like really see all the detail. Here's inside the cockpit. All those stickers came on, so you didn't have to put one sticker on here. I personally hate putting on stickers. If you look at the floor, that's all textured. There's some more of those little brass guys on the wall. And if you look, you can actually look. I'm trying to get the light right. Inside the jail cell, you can see that there's detail back in there. This is like the only angle that you can actually see inside of the jail cell. And coming around here, here's the door, just in case you didn't see how it worked before. I guess you're supposed to get this out of the way first. Alright. God, could you imagine if I broke this while I was reviewing it? So this is how it works, slides back and forth. Another thing I wanted to show you over here on the Jabba. We'll go ahead and take a look at him right now. He's really hard plastic. He looks amazing. Just the hard plastic kind of throws me off. The articulation on this thing, the shoulders are on a ball, the elbows seem like they're on a ball, and the hands are on a ball. And he has that obvious joint at the waist, no articulation on the tail. I kind of don't like how he sits on his bed and his tail just kind of sits up like that. It'd be nice if they had a little joint there and you could like fold that down. They didn't do that. Kind of is what it is. It's sculpted on the bottom. Supposedly this is just like the 6-inch one scaled down. I don't have the 6-inch one because I don't collect those. But he does look really good. Is this the best Jabba hut, the hut that we have? I have all of them, and yeah, he is. I'll take pictures of those and put them on the tail end of the video with a bunch of pictures of this ship. And then here's his little bed. This thing slides back and forth. Really cool touch. It's stuff like that that they didn't have to do, and we would have been totally cool with it, but they did do it, and that makes it even cooler of a toy. Let me get this light, and I'm going to try to actually take you inside of this thing. There's the hammerhead, and if you see that hole back there on the wall right there, that's where the little chains plug in. There's actually two of those. There's the other one right there. So there's the hammerhead. If you guys have one and you could get him out, let me know. I would love to take him out just so I could look at him, but I would just put him right back in there, so it doesn't really matter. If you look at the walls, you see that there's absolutely detail on every single wall in here. Like, you got walls that you never even look at, and they sculpted and painted everything. If you look at the ceiling, I'm going to try to get the camera up here to where you can see it. So even the bottom, even the ceiling is sculpted and painted. So they didn't miss one thing anywhere in this whole entire sail barge. I think I just jerked the camera on you. Sorry about that, guys. And then here's the kitchen. God, I'm dying. I think I need some water. Been running my mouth for so long. The kitchen looks amazing. It's got like a little sink there, a countertop, a little faucet right there. Tons of detail in there. I love the little frogs on there. Those things don't come out. The wood grain looks cool. I tried to open the cabinets. It doesn't look like those things open. Then you have the stairs over here. The stairs do go up here, so you can actually like walk a figure out there if you wanted to play with this thing, which I probably will play with a little bit. Get the camera right inside here. Those little weapons. So those little horn things, you can put more additional weapons on that. Those ones on the wall, I'm pretty sure that those don't come off. I tugged on them a little bit. They didn't come out. And then this little basket thing, I use my flashlight for a little pointer. This little basket thing here, that's like where you can put like additional weapons, like their spears and stuff like that. You can walk the characters around like the back side of it here, and then you get into like his throne room. And then you have another ladder that goes up here. That will come up here. So definitely really cool. And then Jabba's little place where his bed is like one of my favorite areas. The fact that they did that artwork, that thing is unbelievable. Let me try to get you a little bit better look on that. What it is Jabba. I actually took a really good picture of this, which you'll see at the end of the video. And then some more of his like trophies, his bronze statue things. The panels on the opposite wall over there open up. You see all the little pipes and stuff are painted. And then his little, not real sure what that is. That's all hooked up. Back there in more detail, there's the bronze Rancor monster right there on the wall. And then like you got like that glass stuff there. And then just detail everywhere. Like they really, really did a good job. I think I showed you everything. Pretty sure I didn't miss anything. So that's the sail barge. I got like every figure, every Star Wars 3 3/4 action figure there is. I'm going to load this thing up, and then we're going to do another small video, and then I'm going to put it on the shelf, and who knows, we might just keep doing videos. All right, so before I show you this sail barge, I'm going to walk you through my Star Wars collection just really quick. I know I've showed it to you in the past, but for you new guys just coming up on the channel, I definitely wanted you to see how much I like Star Wars 3 3/4. It's by far one of my favorite things to collect. When they're actually making cool stuff to collect, like the Sandcrawler, sail barge, stuff like that. For the most part, this line gets a little boring. Here's a Khetanna. I know I should do like a video of just a Khetanna someday. I will eventually get to it. Millennium Falcon, one of my favorite toys. The AT-AT, another one of my favorite toys. And you can see I pulled out every single one of the lights that I have to put on this thing. Here's my Jabba's Palace. I just recently finished this, so I figured now would be a good time to show it off. Here's the Rancor pit down here. Got Luke down there, got a guard down there, getting ready to get ate up. Got the little gel cells right here. I know I'm not the best Dio guy in the world, but you know, I'm happy with it. I've seen better ones out there. This is definitely not the best one, but I like it, man. I built it. I did it all myself. I'm pretty proud of it. Here's like the droid torture chamber. I'm gonna get like this little, the torture like stretcher thing. I haven't got that yet. I'm gonna put that in there. I haven't pulled the trigger on it. It's kind of pricey. And then the stairs go up there to like the second level, and that's like an extra storage compartment back here. Got a little room back here, and then coming up here to the palace itself. And I didn't just wing it. I actually bought that Star Wars book where it has like places and it kind of shows what this is supposed to look like. That's kind of where I got the floor plan. So it's fairly accurate. As accurate as I could get it with still being able to fit this thing into my toy room. Like here's the main door. You can look inside of there. Pretty good view. Walk around this way. This is like the first window here. That green dude right there should go on the sail barge, but he also belongs in here. I do have a lot of doubles of the monsters, but not as many as I need, considering I didn't really know the sail barge was ever going to come out. walking in here. Now I know they're just recently making this play set, and I'm really excited to get that. I think I might actually cut this wall out and add that part into this. I think that would be a really cool touch. There's another room back there. And as far as where the characters go, that kind of like, this is kind of where it was in the book. And if you come back here, let's see if I can get the camera. These are where the stairs reconnect and then go back down that way. Then here's like the back room. Maybe the stairs, oh wait, maybe the stairs go back. I can barely even see. You can kind of see it better on the camera than I can right here. Here's like an extra storage room here. I forgot that there's even a window back there. I made this part of it quite a while ago. I just built that fire pit from scratch just in the garage. I just winged it. I think that you can actually buy that thing now. And let me get you in here. So the floor goes through to the bottom. Give you a little angle. Kind of like you're like in it. So there's the Jabba Palace. There's the Rancor pit. Let me take you back. But first, let me show you the rest of the Star Wars collection. It goes all the way over there to the door, and then all the new Star Wars stuff for the new movies is up here. And now for the grand finale, the best toy that I have in my toy room, this sail barge. God, I love it. So I have the little what's that, the Sarlacc pit? I forget the name of that. I think that's it. Right here I got Boba Fett hemmed up on the tentacle. I know he wasn't supposed to be on the tentacle. It's got that long one. I thought that was kind of a cool touch. I got two of these skiffs. They're making a new one, so I'll probably get two of the new ones because those ones look better than these ones. Although these things are really cool, this little bridge comes out. If you move these levers, that little thing throws a figure off with the little button here on the other side. These little holes here, you can put extra weapons in there. Those things are definitely pretty cool. That's why I got two of them. And then I got this one loaded up with all the guys that were supposed to be on it. There's actually supposed to be more characters on there, but those ships aren't really as big as they're supposed to be. Then you come up here to the sail barge. I got this thing fully loaded up. Over here I got the pilots in the cockpit driving it, digging that. Then inside here I got an extra prisoner, hooked him up to that chain. You can barely even see that skeleton guy, the skeleton hammerhead back in there. Then you have the kitchen with the Jawas, the hammerhead, a bunch of little aliens. I went ahead and put extra weapons back there. I got a Jawa coming out of the floor, another guy right here. You can actually squeeze E-Font Man all the way back there. I thought that was cool that he could fit back there. He's a great big character. There's a nice little space. It actually fits perfect back there. And here's the coolest thing that they actually, I think they planned this out, because you see how it's round? I think that they actually made that for you could actually put the keypad guy, the piano guy in there. And I probably should have dusted that thing off before I put it in. So I got that one over here. And then I have like the really nice one. The cool band set over here. This is like the new one. And this is the OG vintage one here. That's why the other one looks so much better. I kind of feel like I need to buy another one of those and put it over here. But that thing fits in there. You can fit the whole band in there. God, I thought that was just so cool. All right, so that's all loaded up. Then up here on the top deck, let me kind of get under the sail. I only have so many skiff guys, so I went ahead and added a few extra guys. Like, I'm pretty sure like this guy is one of the guys that's supposed to be out here. All these skiff looking guys are the ones supposed to be out there. Got the bartender hiding back there. Got R2 up here getting ready for his escape. I know the drink tray should come off, but you know, it's kind of cool at the same time. So there's this sail barge. There's my display. I cleaned off this whole entire little area for it. I can actually start squeezing stuff back in around it. You know, maximize my shelf space. I think that's it, man. Thanks for watching.